Hi guys, welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. Hope everybody is doing good today. For today's reading, we are taking a look at the third eye and getting some messages there. Are there any blockages, any upgrades? What messages does your third eye want you to know? Your third eye is located between your two eyes, just in the center of your forehead. And this is our spiritual connection. It's the center of our spiritual connection. It is our ability to be able to perceive the truth and see beyond the illusion of people's actions, of their words, to see the meaning behind things, below the surface. It's our ability to open our perspective and have a more balanced mind, a more balanced point of view, to see things with clarity, to see beyond our problems, to see things from a different perspective, a higher perspective. This area also rules our sleep schedules. When some people have like insomnia, where the mind is just constantly thinking and talking and worrying and obsessing about things. This is also the area of our imagination, of possibilities, our psychic abilities, our ability to focus, concentrate, and remember. So this is a very important area of the body. So let's go ahead and get your significator cards to help you choose your 3 piles. I'm going to separate these out because I always seem to have sometimes when I use bigger decks, they just don't want to sit close to one another. This may help you choose also. Alright, here we go. Pile number 1, please. Can we have a card to help them choose their readings? Pile number 1, please. Alright, so we have 2. Actually, there's 3. So we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Alright, pile number 1, here is your card. Oops. You have the Amethyst crystal, and this is card number 9. Pile number 2, you have card number 10 with Lepidolite. And for pile number 3, we have card number 1 with Lazulite. Okay guys, these are your pile choices. If you need more time to meditate, just pause the video. If you know which reading or readings are speaking to you, the timestamps are going to be listed in the description box below, and I will see you guys at your readings. Hi, pile number 1, this is your reading. If you chose the Amethyst crystal with card number 9, a little bit about Amethyst. This is a very spiritual stone. It is a master healer. It helps you to tap into your psychic abilities, your intuition, to have more of a spiritual connection. It is also very good for protection, helping you to overcome any kind of addictive behaviors. If you have nightmares, if you have trouble sleeping, this is a great stone to help with those types of energies or difficulties. It's also very good for creating harmony inside and out. Very good for the third eye and the crown chakra. Alright, so this card here is essentially the Strength card. It's about supporting others, but it can also be sometimes a burden, because this individual here on the card is holding this woman up, whom she is in the spotlight. So she's doing some kind of artwork or creative ability, some kind of talent. She's sharing her talent, and this individual is supporting her while she's doing this activity. So, and we have 3 Strength cards up on the wall. So you may have a very strong third eye chakra and the ability to support others, but I want to see exactly what this card means for you in your reading. What does the Strength card want you to know? Pile number 1, your third eye, we have creation, soul expression, and something new. Card number 37, which is a 10. So we have a 9 and a 10. So we have the completion of something. So something is ending, the ending of a cycle. You have done a lot of work. Maybe you have been having to be very strong through something. Maybe you were somebody who did shoulder a little bit of other people's burdens, and you've learned how to release that and allow yourself to be more attentive to your own needs. And now, because you have allowed yourself to overcome these, this is the completion here. Now you have created space for something new where you can nurture yourself a little bit more in your own needs. Because 10 is a 1 and a 0. So this is like the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. And it's also the manifestation of something new and becoming more independent. All right, let's see what else we have. Your eternal spirit, higher self, and sacred intuition. Look at that. And this is card 43, which is a 7. This is about determination, spirituality, and wisdom. And see, her eyes are closed. She's tuning into her third eye, into her own needs and her own ability to manifest what it is that she wants. So yeah, maybe you have been somebody who has supported other people's needs and maybe neglected your own in a sense, you know, and the things you did weren't for something that you needed acknowledgement for, or that you needed to be in the spotlight in any kind of way. It's just something you did out of the kindness of your heart. But I believe you have realized that, you know, you may have neglected some of your needs. And unfortunately, this happens to a lot of women, right? Women are taught to take care of everybody else's needs and make sure everybody else is satisfied, and not to even think about our needs. Our needs are put on the back burner. And we've had to be strong for so many people, our family, our children, our loved ones, and even in being in society. And so I feel like now you have learned from this experience, and you're learning to now tune into your own needs and create from a space within, using your intuition and connecting to your third eye, you know, and manifesting what it is that you want for yourself in your light. Well, maybe using your light to create something for yourself for once. Ooh, look, we have the web weaver, synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect. Yay, that's what I'm seeing. So the web weaver, and see, we have this almost like a web that's being created from the third eye. You know, this is the focus, this is the intention, and here we have the web weaver, where she's manifesting something. You are creating like a web of your own, you know. It's that spider energy where you are the one who is co-creating. You have the ability to create, to manifest, to set an intention, to focus on that manifestation, to nurture it so that it comes to full bloom. You know, everything starts as a vibration first before it can become a physical manifestation. So, and it requires you to use that focus, to use your third eye to focus on this creation. and to look, use that third eye to see the synchronicity, to follow the signs, to find your way on the path, to know when you are going on the right path, because things just kind of start falling into place. When you're divinely aligned, things start flowing a little bit easier. You know, you're not met with all these roadblocks and restrictions, because that's the universe. Those are your guides telling you, no, that's the wrong direction, you know, and seeing things as rejection, as being that divine protection, because you're trying to get into alignment with this manifestation. And so if you find yourself hitting a roadblock, it's just a redirection to a different path, and a different, like the path of least resistance, and that's what you're looking for. We have the eyes of beauty, positive expectations and clarity. I love this reading. Is just coming into alignment. And this is the other thing, is when you're using that third eye and you're having that focus and you're creating and you're setting that intention, you have to have this expectation, positive expectations, and shifting the way that you see things and seeing them from this higher point of view. And we have 25, so we have 77. It's the trust fall energy. You know, you have to trust that you're going to be guided, and that your manifestation has been heard, it's been acknowledged, it is being weaved into the fabric of creation. And to trust yourself to be guided, and to trust in life, trust in Source Creator, that you will achieve this dream, and to use your wisdom to see things from a higher perspective, and to see beyond the surface of things. Ooh, we have the Phoenix rises into joyful abundance, another 25. I'm not sure what 25 represents. If somebody knows, you can comment below in the comment section. But you may want to look this number up. It is also a 77, so we have 777. Luck is on your side. You're on the ultimate spiritual path. Keep doing what you're doing. This is the Phoenix rising from the ashes. So this is the birth of something new. It's a new version of yourself, a new way of doing things, a new way of perceiving things. Seeing things from that higher perspective, you know. Like this woman here, I feel like she's up on a hill or on the edge of something, and she's looking, you know, out into the horizon. I'm not sure. It appears she may have a magic wand in her hand. I'm not sure what this is, but yeah. This is setting that intention and expecting it to manifest. We have 3, 2, 1, jump. Look at that. And I said she was standing on the edge, right? And this heart is about to walk up the edge of here. It's taking that leap of faith. And we have a 1 here, which is, again, that new beginning, that manifestation. And triangles represents, you know, it is a focus. It is a manifestation point. It's where we focus all of our intention to a single point. The eyes of beauty, seeing things from your heart, from a higher perspective. Ooh, Divine Dragon. This is an awesome card here. Let me get this one for you from the guidebook. Divine Dragon. Let's see what message the Divine Dragon has for you. Give me just a second, you guys. I gotta dig through all of these guidebooks. Alright. Number 4. Okay. Divine Dragon. Sovereignty, power, full expression, and magic. A dragon chooses you. You don't choose the dragon. A dragon's power connects you to your own power from within. To stand sovereign, it's also connected to your root expression of power, fire, and even sexual energy, the Kundalini rising. You cannot serve the collective without yourself first being alive and ablaze. Allow the dragon's fire of purification to cleanse you. In the East, the dragon was seen as a mythical guardian with influence over all of the elements. In the West, it is seen as a feared fire-breathing serpent because people don't fully understand the magic and divine wisdom that dragons carry. There's an awakening of a dragon archetype now, and you can embody that with this cosmic conversation. Your power is engaged for a purpose, breathing fire when needed. Potential questions that you can ask this archetype. Why did you choose me? How do I more fully proclaim my power in the situation? What areas of shame, guilt, or smallness do I need to examine and cleanse? What is your name so I can call on you when needed? How can I call you in and ask for your help? So what I love about this card here is that you're being asked to embody your sovereignty, your power, your strength, your ability to demand and command, the energies and your presence, and being able to stand tall in the face of fear, of any of those lower perspectives, lower vibrations that want to make you feel shame or small or feel guilty that you can't have or you don't deserve, this manifestation. And it was also talking about how, you can't do for others unless you have done for yourself, And here we have the strength card where you're trying to support others, but yet you lack a solid, connection and foundation or sovereignty within, Not doing something out of guilt, doing something because it is within your power to do so, And yes, it is, but sometimes when we are doing things for others, we do it because we feel like we won't be accepted, or we're just trying to keep the peace, or we want them to love us, we want their approval. We don't know our power, we don't know our own strength yet, so we support others in their journey and their mission. And now it's time for you to stand tall and to find your mission. Like, what is your purpose? What is your strength? Where does your strength come from? And standing firm in that and trusting yourself, trusting in source. Double check this here. It's also working with the fire. So we also have the phoenix here with the dragon energy. So this is cleansing the masculine energy, right? The ego, the part of us that does get into a fearful mindset, that may make you feel like you're not good enough in some way, or that you're not worthy of this creation, of this manifestation. Engaging in your personal power. Your power from within, exactly. I love that. All right. Let's see what else we have. We have To Be Fair. 3811. Ooh, nice. So we have this inspiration, synchronicities, encouragement to keep going here, but to be balanced, to be fair to yourself, in your own needs even. Yang. We have the fire come out again, and it's another 1. Wow. So you have an 1111. You are on the right path. You are master manifester. And an alignment. You are in alignment with this manifestation here. But you have to remember to stand in your truth and your sovereignty and your worthiness of achieving and having this, okay? Don't let any fear, any doubt, any illusions try to deter you from your path. Stand in your truth. Stay in your positive expectations. See things with the focus. Focus on that manifestation. Stay balanced. Stay grounded. Yeah, connected to your inner self, your higher self. Stay focused, connected in nature. Make sure that you're spending time in nature because that'll help you stay grounded and focused on this manifestation. Congratulations, we have disruption and surrender. Yeah, I feel like you're ended a cycle of being the supporter for everyone else, you know, and making sure everybody else's needs are met, and kind of like neglecting your own wants and needs. Not sure why these always go so crooked. So anytime you have any kind of negative thought that comes up in your mind, or anything that wants you to feel guilty or, you know, ashamed that you're wanting something for yourself, you know, to disrupt that energy, that program, that mindset, that voice that is saying that critical, you know, has that critical point of view that makes you feel like you're unworthy in some kind of way. And to allow yourself to shift your perspective, to stand in your truth of knowing and expecting good things to happen for you. So anytime there's any kind of negativity or doubt that comes in, you know, come back into your heart space of knowing where you are worthy, where you're connected, where you are in an alignment, and stay in that alignment, but also stay in your flow. And that's what the surrender is staying in the flow, but letting go of anything that's trying to deter you from feeling like you are deserving and worthy of having this beautiful manifestation. And it's training that mind, letting go of anything that's trying to distract you or make you feel in that lower vibration. And I see here, you know, this energy right here, I'm seeing a number 8. So, and that is a karmic balance. So I feel like the shifts that you've made, this was a karmic energy where I feel like now you are starting to take your power back, and this is the end of an old cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. And in this new cycle, you have achieved this power within in order for you to create something new from it, you know, with this Phoenix rising. Like, you are the divine dragon. You have taken your power back and you're standing in your truth. You're remaining balanced. You're taking that leap of faith and doing the things that make you feel good, things that inspire you, things that make you feel supported, loved, and connected. Yeah, and engaging in more of your creativity and your ability to co-create. And that comes from having that awakened third eye, you know, this being able to see things from a higher perspective. And you have these winged beings here, both of them with wings. So I feel like you have achieved like a level of mastery in that third eye chakra. Ooh, look, we have wisdom on a Wednesday with a waxing moon. Let wisdom come and be renewed. And it's another 7. Like, holy cow, you guys. This is, you know, spirituality. It's determination. It's wisdom. Hello. And we have the owl. You know, the owl can see into the darkness. It can see beyond the illusion. It can see below the surface. It can see in the dark. You know, it can see in so many, like 360, right? It can spin its head in all the different directions. So you're able to see things from a high point of view. You can follow, you know, the path and see where it's going to take you, where this choice takes you, why people behave the way they behave, what this word means. You know, you're able to interpret the signs. You're able to see things with clarity. Oh, we have courage, 17. This is an 8. By shining brave and true and bright, my courage now returns this night. Yeah, you're being asked to be brave, to stand in your truth, to stand in your fire, in your sovereignty, you know, and having the right to claim, like, what energy is allowed in your field, what thoughts allowed to come up in your mind, you know, what emotion you allow yourself to feel. You're the one who is in control, you know. You've analyzed yourself, you've gone within, you've allowed yourself to heal. I feel like when something comes up into your energy field, you are able to understand it, to perceive, and to decide what energy is allowed to take residence in your field. And that is what sovereignty is all about, is stating, you know, this energy isn't mine. I'm not entertaining this conversation. I'm not engaging with this gameplay, this manipulation, you know, this is illusion. Like, you're able to read between the lines and see a liar, you know, when somebody's being truthful, when somebody is trying to gaslight you or manipulate you, or when they're hiding something, but not necessarily feeling the need to call anybody out on anything. It's just, you know, you allow people to be who they are without judging them and feeling the need to correct them, but also being able to have that healthy boundary that, you know, decides who is now worthy of being close to you and having healthy relationships, or just having that distance, you know. Not feeling the need to, like, shelter the burden for everybody, right? You don't need to, when people are walking their path and they're making, you know, choices that we can see that this choice might not be the best choice, it's going to lead you to this kind of a problem later on down the line. Like, sometimes we can offer unsolicited advice and people don't like that, you know. Some people might take offense to it. They don't want you telling them what to do or judging them in any kind of way, or making them feel guilty or shameful about things. And sometimes we can't wake people up even before they're ready to wake up, because if you shatter somebody's illusion and their fantasy, ooh, that can tick some people off, and some people just kind of write you off, cut you off. Sometimes people who are, you know, have different belief systems and stuff will, you know, think that you're the devil, or, you know, that you're sometimes messing with the dark arts and stuff, especially if you're correct, because you're very perceptive, you know. People can take things the wrong way all the time. So I just kind of learned to just be the observer and to witness things. And if somebody comes to me and asks me, you know, for help or my perspective, I try to give the best advice or the way that I can see things from a different point of view. But I never tell anybody what to do or what they're doing is wrong or not to make this choice, because essentially everybody has to learn their own lessons. Everybody has to go through their experience in order to get the tools that they came here to gather. So, and I feel like that it does take a lot of strength and it takes a lot of courage to be able to see, you know, what what people's intentions are, you know. And some people don't have the best intentions, and sometimes people, you can read people's thoughts and hear them, you know, trash talking you. And it's hard to be around people like that. So I feel for you if you have that ability as well. It can be very hard sometimes to be around other people, especially when you're very sensitive. and psychically attuned. Okay, so I got 2 different crystals for you guys. The first one that came out was Obsidian, Integration, Protection, and Truth Seeker. I love that because we have, you know, like I was saying, like you do have to protect yourself from being hurt, from others who, you know, want to project their negativity onto you or project their fears onto you, especially when you can see things from a higher perspective. You know, others don't necessarily agree with your perspective, and maybe they think that you're, you know, naive in some kind of way because you see things from, you know, your heart space and you're not in a fearful perspective. So definitely obsidian might be a crystal that you want to work with. But I'm going to read some information from the guidebook here. But you're definitely somebody who can see the truth, and obsidian is a reflective stone, and it helps us to perceive the truth on a deeper level. Ooh, and look at this one. We have Charolite, authenticity, balanced and deep transformation. Yeah, so you're definitely getting this activation here in the third eye chakra. Definite upgrades, seeing things from a more balanced point of view and being connected to your truth. And we have these dragonflies of transformation here. This beautiful eye in the center. And seeing things from that high point, that high vantage point, you know. And like I said, it can be scary to other people because they're not, you know, connected to their truth or to the truth, period. But some people are attracted to that. Some people want your wisdom. So it's just, that's why you have to protect yourself and know the difference when to offer, you know, when somebody's like truly coming to you for help and they're wanting to change and they're wanting to grow. Those are the people that we want to help and support versus people who just want the attention, you know, and they just want your attention. They don't want to really do the work or anything like that. They just want to you know, vent to people and not change their unhappiness in any kind of way. All right, so obsidian. I am black obsidian, a piece of volcanic glass, and I will tell you the truth. I am born from extreme pressure, explosive energy, and magma erupting from a volcano. My edges are so hard, sharp, and naturally angular that the Native Americans often used me to make tools and arrowheads, spearheads, knives, scrapers, and drills. I won't hold back anything. You have chosen this card because you are confused and want to know the truth. I can help. I bring clarity to your mind by being a mirror and reflecting back on your reality as objectively as I can. My razor-sharp edges dissolve emotional blockages and ancient traumas. And my black color encourages you to confront and integrate your dark shadow side. When you embrace my mysterious ally, when you embrace this mysterious ally, you become stronger and more able to fend off the constant mental, emotional, and spiritual attacks that you experience daily. Wear me as jewelry or hold me, and I energetically shield and protect you from negativity. I do this by forming a grounding cord that goes from your base chakra to the earth center. I am here for you. You are not alone. Oh, definitely work with obsidian. And I said this in a couple of my videos, you guys. I own a crystal shop online on Facebook. We do live shows every Thursday. We also do wall sales throughout the week. Is Oasis pop-up rock shop. Me and my mother and some of my family members. It's a family-owned business. So, but we do offer a lot of gemstones. All the ones that you see that I do on my show, do for my readings and everything. We offer all of these in the shows and on the wall, so you can come check out the shop if you want to. The link's in the description box below. Okay, let me find the Charolite for you now. You're definitely being guided to protect yourself, especially from any type of negativity, that anything that's going to shake you off of your balance here. All right, I am charoite, a potassium, barium, calcium, strontium, hydrogen silicate mineral, and I dispel negativity. I am rare, only found in Siberia and Russia, and special. Like you, there is only one you. My purple color palette, from lilac to deep purple, makes you feel like royalty, reminding you that you are inherently powerful. In this image, my beads are hanging from a dimensional movie screen. You have chosen this card because you want to release old baggage. I can help with that. The swirling patterns that dance across my surface act as intense agitators, like a washing machine cycle. They churn and purify any deep unconscious beliefs floating around and bring them to the surface. This allows you to release annoying repetitive thoughts that keep you locked in fear. I also take on mischievous astral beings that hang around you and remove them from your etheric body. When you are ready for a shift and to stand out for your creativity, keep me nearby. Okay, so definitely looking to shift some of the perspectives that are preventing you or might be trying to distract you from this focus and this manifestation, right? Things that have been weighing you down, any kind of fears, any kind of burdens that you have that make you feel like somehow you're not worthy of this beautiful transformation, this beautiful activation that is waiting for you, that is here present, taking place within you. So definitely work with these two crystals if you can. If you don't have them, I definitely recommend working with crystal energy. They are frequency holders. They help us shift our energy to hold this type of energy within our energetic field. Yeah. So your third eye is definitely undergoing an activation, an upgrade, but you're being asked to let go of any fears, any negativity, any old programming, any lower ways of seeing things from a place of doubt or shame or guilt, and to activate this ability to stand in your truth, to have courage, to be balanced, take that leap of faith, see things from a higher perspective with clarity, seeing the cause and effect. This happens because of this, and following, it's like a string effect, if this things get set into motion because of somebody's action, and everything has an effect, everything you do, everything has a consequence, and so it's seeing that full circle, that perspective. But focus, use your third eye, tune in, shift any of those false belief systems and those old programmings and see things from that higher perspective, okay? And know that you are worthy of this beautiful transformation and this new beginning, this creativity, this creation that you have, this whatever beautiful vision that you have for yourself and for your future, to focus on that and to stay more grounded, stay balanced, okay? Let me see, is there anything, let me get the mindful message here because I think that would be kind of very, alright, there we go. So we have nurture. It's okay to want to stay home and be alone. I deserve days to myself, days to relax and simply be. I honor how I feel and take this day to do the things that feel nurturing to me. So make sure that you're taking time out to nurture yourself, nurture this creativity, nurture this vision, not be in so much of the masculine energy of creating it yet, but tuning into allowing yourself to be, to rest, and to feel, and to come out of the mind, so that the mind, if you ever find yourself in that place of like, oh, my mind won't stop talking, like I never get a moment of silence, I'm trying to sleep, and my brain just keeps thinking about all the things I gotta do, and worrying about all the bills, or what somebody said about me or something that happened in the past, you're being asked to get more into the body and bring your perspective. Just visualize your energy moving down into your heart space and allowing yourself to feel into the body. What emotions are there that just need you to acknowledge how you feel and not acknowledge your truth. And the more you can acknowledge them and feel them, this is what releases them so that they don't move up into the head space, okay? They need to be expressed through the throat chakra. The throat is the release valve, okay? So that it doesn't bypass the throat and get ignored and go up into your head, and now it's all running around in your head. It needs to be expressed outwardly in some kind of way, whether you're journaling it and writing it down. This is how I feel. I had a memory come up and it made me feel this kind of way, or saying it to a friend, or if it's an emotion that you need to release, as far as, crying and you feel sad, or you need to feel vulnerable in this moment. Allow yourself to feel that way without judging yourself or trying to analyze it. It just needs to be felt so it can move out and be released, okay? That's how we nurture ourselves. We also have get focus. What do you know? What do you know? To attract what I want, first I get clear on what it is I desire. I envision it for a minute or more every day, feeling how it would feel to have this in my life, what I would do, how I'd react, and who I'd tell. I picture it all. Through my continual alignment with my desires, they begin to flow into my physical reality in divine timing. All right, so this is part of the art of manifesting. You have to feel as if you already have it, right? I have this love. I have this abundance. I have this connection. I have this ability. You have to act as if I have it right here, because that's what creates the magnetic pull to you to flow it towards you, because you act as if I am. I am this. I have this. Therefore, it flows to you, okay? And you have to think about it every day and feel it every day. Focus on it. That's that manifestation, okay? So like first thing in the morning when you're getting up, that needs to be your focus. In the evening when you're going to bed, that needs to be your focus, and start getting into the body and feeling it and saying those mantras, that affirmations of I am and I have and I am and I have, over and over and over again, until you start to see it physically manifest. Like I said at the beginning, everything's a vibration first, and you have to start feeling that into that vibration, and that's what starts anchoring it in, and it starts pulling the vibration to you more and more and more until it starts to densify and become a physical matter, until it becomes physicalized and you see it in the physical world. So don't let any fears of it's not happening, it's not working, any of those things are just doubts, and they're preventing you from focusing on this. You have to hold the focus, hold the vibration until it finally manifests physically, because you have no idea what things have to be worked out, what cogs need to be turned in the wheel before it can physically densify here in the physical world, okay? All right, pile number one, this was your reading. Thank you so much for being here today. If this was your vibe, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If this was your reading, pile number one, y'all can leave a purple heart in the bottom if this was for you. And I'd love to have you all back here for future readings. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Hi, pile number two, this is your reading. If you chose the Lepidolite heart with card number 10. Lepidolite is a stone of transition, release, and change. So there may be a lot of change and transitions coming into your life at this moment. It's also very good at helping us to shift out of habits and maybe unhealthy behavior patterns to make way for new ones. And I love that we have with the number 10 here, which is about endings but also new beginnings. So there's a lot of change for you in this pile number 2. It's also really good to help us to get out of any kind of old behaviors, addictions, any emotional stories that we tell ourselves that we may be addicted to, or perceptions that we have. It's also very good for encouraging self-love and and maybe stepping away from the way that we currently do things to open up a way for a new story to come in, which is why it's so great to use when we're going through shifts and changes. And so with this card, what it relates to, let me show you a little bit closer. The sun is starting to set, you guys, so the light's kind of casting a coming across the board in a certain kind of way. So I think it's kind of neat that we're talking about shifts and changes, and there's like a little bit of illumination coming in for you. And so this individual is somebody who studies a lot. They are very logical in their perception. So they're very smart. They have a lot of facts. They're very factual. And I believe what the stone and card are referring to is shifting out of being so much in the needing the fact or needing the proof, needing to see it before we believe it, and coming into a place of now engaging in the I believe it, therefore I will see it, and shifting our perspective, leaning more into our intuition, into our feeling the subtle energies that are around us and listening more to our inner compass versus the physical eyes and only seeing things from this physical logical point of view, and now tuning into that feminine side that uses the intuition to be the guiding system. So let's get in and see what we have. Okay. Let's see. We have Goddess of Dreams, Vision, Intuition, and Receptivity. Bingo! I love when this happens, the synchronicity here. So we have tuning into that divine feminine energy. And this is 25, card number 7, which is determination, spirituality, wisdom, and connecting to that feminine side that knows, that feels, that tunes into her inner compass, the inner guiding system that knows the truth, that feels the truth, and the energies and the subtleties of people's words and actions, and seeing deeper, seeing behind what people say, and watching and observing their actions and what motivates them. And yeah, this is opening the third eye. So this is a third eye activation here, where you're starting to open it up and be more receptive, more tuned in to the subtleties that this chakra is. This is a higher vibrational one, which means that the energies are more softer, they're more subtle, they're gentler, they vibrate slower, so it requires you to be a little bit more slow, more relaxed, which is awesome because Lepidolite is a great stone for relaxation, to calming the mind, slowing the mind down. It is made from lithium, which is an antidepressant. It's also one that helps put people into a more relaxed state. So people who have anxiety and such, this is a stone or a mineral that they use in helping prescribe the lower, to bring your energies down so that they're not vibrating so fast, which is how we become more receptive, more tuned in. And this is a great stone to help you tune into that feminine energies. It's also known as the grandmother stone. So it has a lot of wisdom. We have relaxation. What? You can't make this stuff up. We have 39, peaceful pursuits, happy times. 39, that's a 12, so that's like a 3. This is divine feminine, expansion, abundance. Yeah, becoming more relaxed, more tuned in, slowing yourself down. And the way we get more into our feminine energy to open this third eye, you need to spend more time in nature and meditation and contemplative thought. This is spending time on your own, just in reflection mode, in relaxation space. So if you enjoy taking a bath, if you enjoy hiking, going on walks, gardening, Any kind of crafting even helps, but sometimes that can be a little too much fire energy, because you're not tuned in and being quiet. You're actually acting and creating. So it has to be something where you are in a place where you can be more reflective, and you're turning your vision inward and not focusing so much on the outside world. And when you're in nature, nature engages like all of your senses, and it brings you to the present moment. And when we're in the present moment, it slows the energy down, because we're not in the past and we're not in the future. We're right here, right now, and in the present moment is where we have the opportunity to create for ourselves, to have intentions and to set those intentions, because we're more engaged with our environment that's around us right here, right now. And so that's why nature is so beneficial, and it's tapping into our heart space, which brings us to the present moment, which brings us into a balanced state of mind. We're not in our head, we're more connected and tuned into our body and into the present, which helps engage that third eye chakra. We have the spirit whisperer, divine guidance, higher knowing. And we have a 3, another 3. So that's a 33 here. This is about being in harmony, being connected to the divine feminine, having that focused mindset on creation. This is also the abundance vibration. Divine guidance, higher knowing. Yes, okay, so we have spirit whisperer. That's why we have to slow down, is so you can hear and be more receptive. Because when you're working and your energy is very high and you're very much in your head, and, you know, coming from a place of, I want to say, like, it's that chatter, the monkey mind, where everything's going, and you're in that doing mindset. You can't hear and perceive, you know, your intuition or source creator or your guides who are trying to give you signs. They're trying to direct you and show you the path that's going to lead you to your desires or to your manifestations, because you're so busy, you're so much in your mind, and you're constantly, you know, going. You have to slow yourself down in order to tune into the slower, subtle vibrations. And it requires you to be more present, more connected, and at peace in the mind, so that you can hear your guide speaking to you, so you can see the signs. And that's why being in nature is so beneficial, because, you know, everything physical has such a divine spiritual connection to it. When you watch the birds and observe the birds, or you observe plants, how they grow and the way that they reproduce, you know, there's so much meaning behind everything. And that's why I have such a reverence for Native American traditions and culture, because of the way that they connect and tune into nature, and how much spirit is reflected in nature. And you will start to pick up on just those subtle energies that have so much meaning behind them. And this is what will help open and expand your third eye, and the way that you perceive and see things from a deeper meaning, versus things that are just on the surface from a logical point of view. It's getting in deeper and understanding things from a deeper point of view. And it's so funny, because, like, deeper meaning is from a higher perspective. It's like the higher perspective you have, like, the deeper the meaning is, you know? The dragon's duel, inner conflict, morality, and conscious choice. Yeah, and see, we have these two dragons here. The one that sees things from a higher perspective, and the one from the lower realms here that wants to see things from this logical point of view, where we're very factual and we have to see it to believe it. Like, it needs to be right here in front of me in order for it to be real, in order for it to exist. But spirit doesn't work that way. You know, there's a duality that exists. Everything that exists in the physical world exists in the spiritual world. So think about that. There is the seen and the unseen, and both are real. They do exist. It is your perception of it, you know, and your ability to tune in and sense it and feel it and to engage in it. And it surrounds us every single day. There are levels to dimensions. It's not just this one linear point of view. You know, there's so many different angles and perspectives and ways of seeing things and tuning into them. And that's why there's so many colors to a rainbow, you know. Everything has more than one meaning to it. So you may be feeling like that inner battle within yourself, because we do have, you know, the brain has two hemispheres. We have the left and the right side, and the left side is it is the masculine, I believe, and it's more logical, mathematical, and scientific proof oriented. And then we have the right side of the brain, which is more feminine, which is more creative, artistic. It's more of the feeling and sensing and intuitive. So both of them exist and both of them are real. It's finding that balance in the center, which is the third eye. It's using both eyes to be able to perceive things from a different perspective and a deeper perspective, right? What else does third eye want you to know? You are perfectly imperfect. We all are. The universe wants to co-conspire with you. And look, we have this Native American dream catcher here. I love that they're coming out. That culture might be something that inspires you to connect and tune into Mother Nature a little bit more, or have more of a connection to spirit. Make sure that these are coming up on camera here. Okay. Yeah, there's no such thing as perfect, you know, and this is sometimes what the masculine mind wants us to focus on, is to focus on the flaws and the negativity, and you know, where things aren't, like I was saying, factual, and it has to have this mathematical equation. And yes, the universe is made up of mathematics, and but sometimes, like, science is catching up to the spiritual, what has already been known by the mystics. Science is just now beginning to conceive of it and find proof that it exists. You know, they've just now discovered, I mean, I know it's been a couple years, but that sage actually is bacterial cleansing. Like, they have proof that it cleanses something here in the physical, which is something that even Native American traditions have known for however long, that these plant guides and plant, even animals, you know, everything has an energy, a vibration, and a use. Just like every poison has a cure, everything is here and placed here for us, for our benefit. And Native Americans knew that sage had cleansing properties and abilities. You know, it cleansed away lower vibrations and bacteria. When people get sick, these are because the vibrations are very low and they're unhealthy and unbalanced and unstable. And so sage helps redistribute, clearing away the negative lower vibrations and bringing that balanced, healthy energy back into the space. So you can't always believe, you know, that it has to be proven. It has to be proven for you to believe in it, you know, because you're missing out on so much of the world. You're limiting yourself, you know. You have to engage in that other side of the brain, the other hemisphere of the brain that knows deep inside that it is true. Because you can feel it, you sense it. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And this means, like, you can't offer. I know it's hard. Like, I think that's part of the what I'm feeling and sensing from this. I'm using my intuition, my third eye, is that sometimes people want to hold on to, you know, well, if you don't have facts to back it up, then it's not true, you know, and it just bleeds more into that having to have those facts in order to believe in something. A change in the wind. Nice. We have another 3 here. So 333, This is your guides are with you. They're helping you to assist in this transformation, in this transition from being so much in the masculine energy and coming now into a place of being more sensitive and tuning into that feminine energy. And this has nothing to do with gender, it just has to do with the energies of masculine and feminine, and each one has a certain type of energy to them. Masculine energies are very factual, logical, they're in the energy of doing. It's very, linear. You want to say it's lines, straight line, box, that kind of energy. It's also very fire. It's very creative. The feminine energy is more of like wavy lines. It's more receptive. It's more resting, nurturing, healing. It's more sensitive. It goes by feeling and inner knowing, those types of energies. And so it's finding the balance of working with those two. It's using the logical mind that along with the intuitive mind together. So like say you're having a conversation with somebody and they're telling you a story, but you're intuiting that there's not a lot of truth in what they're saying, that they're kind of twisting the story a little bit to kind of they're bending it a little bit to make themselves appear a certain kind of way. And so like you sense that it's not all truth, but then maybe some of the stuff they are saying, like they're throwing a couple facts out there, you know what I mean? But they're also throwing a little bit of manipulation and distorting the truth a little bit. So it's being able to work with the energies of perception, and that's what they are. It's really just tools of perception and using both hemispheres of the mind as a whole, and being centered in the balance there. And we have a change in wind. And so what I think is so funny is we have this zebra who has the stripes, right? It has the black and the white. This is the masculine and the feminine energy. And we have this structure that's sitting in the center. And it's got this compass here. So it's being centered in the truth, and balancing that duality. It's not this way or that way. There's a truth involved, and it's using the tools of the mind to find the truth. It's using these tools to be very perceptive, using our logical, our physical eyes, but also our intuitive, perceptive, instincts. It's all those energies working together to be the guiding system. That's how you're using it. Like these are, let's say, like the human body is like a machine, and so our mind is our tool, but it does have so many aspects and layers to it that it's not just using the one hemisphere. It's using both of the hemisphere and being balanced in the center, which is how we activate and use the third eye. We have observer. Yeah, seeing things from a higher perspective is another message here for you. Not seeing things from just the base level, the most, what's the word? What is the word? It just flew out of my brain. Most obvious, thank you. It's seeing the most obvious, but looking beyond the most obvious, because that is like, it's like sleight of hand, the magician and everything. When you see magic shows and everything, they have you looking at this over here, but over here they're doing this with the other hand. But you're watching the hand that's in the most movement, that's doing the most flair, that has the biggest show, but the other hand is doing something else out of your range of view, because they have you looking at this, but meanwhile over here this is what's taking place, and it's being able to be more observant of the energies of what you see around you, and not just focusing on this physical aspect. There's a lot more dimensions than just the physical. There's an emotional, there's a mental, there's a spiritual. There's so many different layers, and that's what we need to pick up on and perceive, other than just this physical. Okay, So like when you see somebody who's like their behavior is just very radical, you know what I mean? It's very over the top, instead of like judging that person and having, you know, some kind of negative thought about it, is trying to just be in an observer mode, you know. And why would somebody act that way or behave that way? What causes somebody to do that? You know, and it's following that trail of thought to go into a place or a mindset of, well, maybe this has happened to them, or this is what's taking place on them. Maybe they're in a lot of pain. Maybe they grew up in this kind of way and this is why they're lashing out, you know. It's trying to understand the energies that you're seeing and not just seeing things from this one frame of mind of what's being presented to you. There's something deeper there, you know. And spending more time in nature will help you engage in that, because there's so much to this world, you guys. Oh, we have rejection. Okay, so for some of you, let me get these other ones out. We have growth and we have movement. Some of you may have felt that you were different, or that your point of view was different. The way you seen and perceived things was weird or not acceptable. Maybe you felt like you didn't belong, or, you know, it's that feeling of different, that being able to see things and perceive things from a different point of view, but not having anybody agree to it. And sometimes that can be very hard and make you feel very lonely, or make you feel like you're the weird one in some kind of way. And it takes a lot of courage for you to express that truth and be authentically you, no matter what other people say. It's having that courage to stand in your truth, because this is what you feel, this is what you know inside, this is your individual perspective. And everybody should be allowed to have their point of view and their perspective. That's everybody's right. But it's knowing when to have that opinion and to express it, because everybody's got an opinion about everything. But, you know, we can all have a different point of view. We're all allowed to. But some people love to engage in conflict and trying to force or change somebody else's point of view to make them see things in their light and from their perspective. And not all the time do you need somebody to validate your point of view and your perspective. Sometimes you just have to be okay with your point of view being different, and having that being the only person who has that point of view. And in time, if it's something that will needs change, and you know, your growth will come and that perspective will change on it naturally on its own, because you grow and you evolve, and we all do, unless you hold on to it with your pride and your ego. Because some people don't want to be wrong, you know, some people want to be right no matter what, and they're unwilling to see things from a different point of view and a different perspective. So try to avoid having you know, a blockage of any kind in your mind that prevents you from opening up and seeing things from different points of view and perspectives, to help you assimilate your truth. You know, these are all tools for you to expand your mind, so that you can see things from different points of view and different angles, so that you can find the truth. All right, it's not to say that you're wrong. And sometimes people get a little too bogged down in needing to be right, and instead of just looking for the truth of it all, you know, finding your personal truth and being okay with this being your truth, and other people having their own truth as well, because everybody has their own experience through life. They have their own guides, their own teachers, and their own inner compass that is guiding their way as well. And so be okay and confident enough to say, well, my truth is my truth, but I'm okay changing my truth, because I can see things as well. When I have more information, I'm able to shift the way that I see and perceive things, and be open to gathering more information, because that's what your third eye is there for. It wants more information. It always wants to grow and expand and shift and change and see things from all these different vantage points. You know, it's constantly looking and perceiving and seeing things. So don't try to limit yourself by seeing things from just one perspective and one point of view and holding on to this. Allow yourself to open up and expand and move and allow it to grow. Allow yourself to grow. Because it will. As we get older, like when we're children and we perceive things from a child's point of view, when you get to be older, like everything changes. You know, you see things differently. It's that perspective and having that perspective, allowing yourself to grow and change. And the way that you perceive things back then, you know, it always shifts and it always grows. So allow yourself that grace, you know, to change your point of view and be okay changing your point of view. Let's see what else we have. We have divine guidance, whispers from the beings who shine, let their message be clear and kind. And this is card number 38, which is an 11, which is a divine inspiration, synchronicities, encouragement to keep going, keep expanding. And we have this individual who's like reaching up to connect to their guides. And this is what you are being asked to do, is to reach out and connect to your guides, to be guided, to listen to your intuition, to slow down enough to be more perspective and more receptive to hearing their messages. A lot of times our guides speak to us through animals in nature. So like if you are, like I was saying, spending more time in nature, and let's say you have a specific bird that just all of a sudden pops up on the path that's sitting on the fence around you or the branch, that specific bird, you can go look up what is, let's say it's a cardinal, you know, cardinal symbolism or spirit totem messages, things like this, and see if you can relate to the messages that that bird offers, and even reading up on, you know, their habits and stuff like that, and being more perspective into and see how their energies match your energies. I know one time I was going through some things and I kept having I had seahorse come up for me, and I was looking up seahorse, and it was about the, you know, it's a masculine, you know, with seahorses, the male horse is the one that gives birth to the babies, you know, and I thought that was like so wild. I think it's like one of the only animals that has the male give birth. So it was super, super unique and just beautiful. And it was about having like a mate that was very nurturing. And that's exactly what I have with my husband. And so I just thought that that was so beautiful. I mean, everywhere I was going, I was seeing like seahorse here, seahorse there, and they just kept popping up into my awareness. Even like on my Facebook feed, I would have just like a seahorse, and I was like, what is going on with the seahorse? So I'd have to look it up, because those were my guides showing me seahorse energy. So I had to go look up what the seahorse energy was about and read into it, you know, and that's what your guides, that's how they communicate to you. And another way that they communicate is through angel numbers. And so when you can see repetitions of number, or you just happen to look at the clock and like boom, it's all of a sudden 3:33, you know what I mean, or it's 12:34, you know, 1 2 3 4. These are all messages, you know, they call them angel numbers. This is a way that they'll communicate. And another one is through songs, you know, songs on the radio, where you just have these lyrics that stick out to you. So try to tune in to when your guides are speaking to you, because they are always speaking to you. You're never alone. And when you do receive these messages and tune into these synchronicities, like just thank your guides for sending you this sign, because they'll continue to send you these signs through that method, okay? Next we have is peace. Bridget, goddess in your sacred name, a light within me, my peace is flame. I love this. This is your light, your truth, your guiding compass here that is going to bring you that peace of mind, you know, and it's illuminating the mind. Having that connection within. We have inspiration. Isis, goddess of magic, I ask thee to bring your inspiration to me. Find things that inspire you to be connected and tuned into your third eye, to make you feel connected to source creator, to spirit, You know, what are things that make you feel, you know, spiritually connected, where you can slow down and tune in to any signs to see things from higher points of view. All right, so you got 3 different crystals that wanted to come out for you. We have Tiger's Eye, Opportunity, Willpower, and Primal Instincts. Cats are very perceptive. They are able to see things in the spiritual realm. You know, that's why they can see ghosts, they can see energies, they can see our auras even. They are protectors. They help cleanse negative energy and transform the energies around. They are very spiritual. They have this ability to be very tuned in to spirit. They're very protective as well. And they have a very engaged third eye. Ooh, and we have Alexandrite, Abundance, Joy, and Self-Confidence. We have another type of kitty cat. It's a tiger. Last card, we have Pyrite, Energy, Willpower, and Encouraging Prosperity. It's very interesting here. I'm going to get some information for the guide, but from the guidebook for you. I love that these kind of align right here. Divine guidance with the little tiger eye. And this is having more courage, tuning into your solar plexus here and being more confident in your ability to create, to manifest. Where's my book? Oh, here it is. All right, let's see. Tiger eye. The courageous gatekeeper. I am Tiger's Eye, a semi-precious variety of quartz, and I stand guard over you. I am a member of the Chalcedonian mineral family, known for my silky sheen. I am the gatekeeper of this dimension. In this image I hover above in the shape of a heart. You have chosen this card because you want to learn to be a shapeshifter. I can teach you how. Look at me closely and you will see me transform before your eyes. My lustrous appearance is caused by tiny mineral croxidolite fibers dancing back and forth as they transform into silica. This mesmerizing effect results in sharp parallel eye-like lines called chatoyant. Yes. But actually, all I am doing is connecting with the structure of the universe, also known as sacred geometry. You can learn to do this too. Just hold me as you visualize connecting with the universal matrix. This connection will shift you from a victim to someone who has inner strength, self-confidence, and willpower. Use me as an amulet, and I will activate my supernatural powers of protection, shielding you from things that you think can hurt you. My name conjures up the powers of the tiger, strength, courage, and quick reflexes. It is a reminder of the importance of primal instincts and accepting your shadow side, the part of your personality that you don't want to see or admit that you have. Okay, so this is a great stone to work with. I was telling pile number 1, y'all, I have a online crystal shop. You can find this on Facebook, Oasis Pop-Up Rock Shop. The link's in the description box below. If you don't have crystals or want to add to your crystal collection, definitely work with your tiger eye here, okay? Because this will give you the confidence and the willpower to have more confidence in yourself and your abilities, all right? And to shift any negative mindsets and perspectives that you have about yourself or others. All right, next is Alexandrite, and this is such a beautiful crystal. The Discriminating Manifester. I am Alexandrite, a rare form of crystal beryl, and I see how special you are. I have a chameleon-like quality, and I am known as Emerald by day and Ruby by night. This is because I appear as a lovely green, in the daylight, and a purplish red and incandescent light. In this image is fitting that I appear at the head of an energetic figurative portal, since I am a stone of the intellect and associated with the crown chakra. You've chosen this card because you would like to bring prosperity, balance, and good fortune into your life. I can help you do that by sharing my wisdom. The most important thing I can teach you is that you create reality with your mind. This is an expression. If you want to know what you were thinking 5 years ago, look at your life today. And if you want to know what your life will look like in 5 years, look at your thoughts today. So be very discerning with what you believe, think, and speak. Some of your ideas are based on misconceptions. One example is that you feel that you are alone. You are not. I want to introduce you to the most important person in your life, you. Gaze into the mirror and meet yourself. You two are a perfect match and will be together for a long time. You will heal and have fun together. You don't have to look outside yourself for anything anymore. You have learned your lessons from the past, and you can put them behind you forever. Wear me on your finger. I can make an excellent engagement ring or around your neck, and feel my loving, kind, joyful, optimistic, forgiving, and cooperative and considerate energy around you. Ask me if I want to live in the present moment together with you. I do. Oh, how sweet. And I love that it's just tying in with your whole reading here. Last one is pyrite. Your creativity unblocker. I am pyrite, an iron sulfide mineral, and I create sparks. My name comes from the Greek word pyre, which means fire. My shiny yellow crystals have misled people into thinking that I am gold, hence my nickname Fool's Gold. But don't you be fooled, I am still valuable. In fact, scientists have recently found that I actually do have a kind of gold within my structure and that it's easy to extract. Haha, fooled everyone. In this image, I am seated on either side of the pathway. You've chosen this card because you need a good boost. I can help with that. Hold a piece of me near your stomach, your solar plexus chakra area, and feel revitalized. This is because I stimulate cell regeneration. I also help restore and strengthen your memory. Meditate with me and feel my fiery energy burn away all of your fears and doubts that you may have. It is my job to protect you from the unbalanced energies, keep you healthy, and to promote your happiness. Stay strong and resolved to follow your passions. You are special, and together we can accomplish and succeed at anything. Aww. I love that for you, pal. Number 2, you can and you will. And that has to be your mindset, right? Letting the past go and stepping into this new beginning that you have for yourself and be more receptive and open. All right, I'm going to get some final cards for you. A little bit of mindful messages for pile number 2. This one and these guys right here. All right, so the first one says magic. There is magic and miracles all around me. Where others see coincidence, I see evidence of life synchronicities. I love filling life with wonder and magic. It's way more fun that way. Woo! That's right. Invoke more magic into your life. More magic is coming into your life. Pile number 2. Enjoy. We have, what is this? Commitment. I'm committed to my growth and dreams. I set routines and habits that help me evolve into my fullest potential. Even though I may not see the physical manifestation of my desires, I know that they have vibrationally manifested and are on their way to me. I think it was pile number 1 I was saying this too. Everything starts as a vibration first. And the more you focus and feel into the manifestation of your desire of what it is you want to create, you start to densify that manifestation. It has to work its way down and gather more, like more atoms, you know, in order to become something that's densified and crystallized into the physical world. But it takes a lot of focus and manifesting as far as you tuning into your feminine energies of invoking the I ams, you know. I am confident, I am successful, I am grateful for all of my all of my abundance, all of my prosperity, and it's acting as if, and it's feeling as if you already have it and you already are, okay? That's how you bring it into the present moment, because you already are, and it's bringing that physical moment here. It's, you have to become the vibrational match for what it is that you want to create, and it's removing any blockages that prevent you from attaining this dream. So if you want to, let's say you want to be successful, okay, and you want financial freedom and liberation. Well, sometimes our manifestations get blocked, and we end up blocking them without even realizing it, because we have, let's say, a fear of worthiness. We have some kind of doubt in there that makes us feel like I'm not worthy of having abundance. I feel guilty if I have, abundance, and let's say my brother and sister doesn't have it, You have to find out, is there a blockage that's preventing me from achieving this goal and this dream of receiving? All right. And it can be, a little hard sometimes. And I found one. I found where I felt like I was unworthy. And it was so sad that I had that in there, and I couldn't believe that. Like, how would I put that on myself? I can't believe I saw myself in that way. And it's something that came from childhood. And it was, wanting somebody else's approval. And I wasn't given that. And it made me feel like I wasn't worthy in some way. And I held on to that, as a hidden little thing in there. And eventually when I discovered it, it just broke my heart for myself. And then I had to forgive myself for making myself feel that way and believing that about myself, because I wanted this other person's approval. And I'm like, why? Like, I don't need their approval. I am to me. And I saw myself in a different way. And the way that I saw myself shifted. And then things started coming into alignment for me, for my manifestations. And I'm so grateful that I did that, and it's just getting in there and being brave and having that confidence in yourself and knowing that you can achieve it, okay? You can do it, pile number 2. All right, we have It's Not Personal. I think my light's starting to fade. We have people's reactions and opinions of me, wow, are really not about me at all. People tend to project their own insecurities and fears onto one another. So when someone speaks unkindly to me, I'll remember that they have something going on that has nothing to do with me. There you have it right there, pile number 2. Sometimes we're seeking approval in the wrong places, and we don't need it from outside sources. We need it from somewhere within. We need to give it to ourselves. And once we love ourselves and accept ourselves for who we really are, as we are, then everything else is just extra. You know what I mean? And you realize you don't need anything outside yourself. You already have it within you, and you have the ability within you to achieve your goals and desires once you have filled your own cup. Once you begin to learn to be receptive to your own love, to loving yourself and believing in yourself, ooh, you're unstoppable. 'Cause, whew, that's you becoming like your own mother, because you've learned to nurture yourself. You've learned to tune in to that receptivity here of pouring love into your own cup, and it's filling your cup with abundance and seeing how your life is abundant, and pouring love into your cup and seeing how your life is filled with love, because you love yourself and because you are abundantly giving to yourself and pouring into yourself. And then you become that magnet that starts to attract your desires and your manifestations to you, because you have turned within and you become more receptive, okay? All right, pile number 2, this was your reading. I hope that this reading resonated with you. If so, please leave. Let's do like a star in the bottom in the comment section if this was your pile. I'd love to have you back for future readings. And you guys have a blessed day. Take care, and sending lots of love to you guys. All right, everyone. Good night. Hi, pile number 3. This is your reading if you chose the Lazulite crystal with the card number 1. So Lazulite is a great stone for peace and serenity. It's a great crystal to help you open that third eye and tap into your psychic and intuitive abilities. It's also really good for releasing any kind of stress or anxiety, any fear or worry that you may have, and have more clarity of mind. It's also good for healing any kind of addictive habits and to enforce more strength and inner peace. And it's paired with this card right here, which is essentially like the Fool card. It is about a new beginning and setting yourself free from anything of the past. So any of these worries or stresses that you have, and it's closing the door on them and walking away from them and being guided onto like a new journey. So let's see what we have for you. Pile number 3. We have balance, centered energy, and self-care. Shamanic healer, cleansing, attunement, seeing things from a higher perspective. Okay, so we have number 6, which is about love, balance, which is so funny. Maybe you've been juggling a lot of work. Maybe you have been a little bit stressed in the mind, and now you're coming into a place of balance and healing, cleansing the mind of all that heaviness. Let's put you in the center. And it's setting yourself free from the past. Card number 8. This is about karmic balance, healing, strength, cycles, cleansing, attunement, self-care. The River Queen, flow, letting go, natural movement. Okay, and this is 36, which is a 9, which is completion, closing chapters. Ooh, I love that for you. Okay, so you are coming out of an old cycle where maybe you've put other people's needs before your own, and you've had to just be somebody who is always supporting others. That juggling act that a lot of parents have to do, especially women, where you are, the mother, you're the wife, you're the chauffeur, you're the bill payer, you're the cook, you're the maid, you're all those things. And, we tend to put other people's emotions ahead of our own and everybody else's needs before ours. And I feel like you have come to a place where it's time for you to nurture yourself and to tend to your own needs and to heal the ways that you perceive yourself and perceive your needs, being able to love yourself and tend to your needs without feeling guilty. And it's something that should be natural to us all, but unfortunately, like the programming and society and the standards in our family, traditions and social economics, all those kinds of things, like has the female kind of like taking like back burner for all of their needs and their emotional needs, their physical needs, their mental needs, and their ability to be seen as valuable and good enough and worthy and such. And it has been something that is very lacking in society and very masculine driven, where females, and it has nothing to do with gender, but in a sense it does, only because society has pushed the gender role thing. But it's more about us being more into our feminine energies, of being able to nurture ourselves, love ourselves, tend to our needs, allow ourselves to take a break when our body is hurting and aching and not feel guilty about it. And that goes for every individual, even the men. Even men are meant to feel like they can't take a break, or they're not allowed to be perceived as weak if they're tired, and that their only benefit is to be a consumer, contributor, provider. And that's not true. And we place so much value on that provision, of material wealth, and having to have this brand label and everything like that is seen as being successful and worthy in some way. And those are the standards that other people set for us. And I feel like it's time to set some new programmings to cleanse out these old ways of doing and believing and seeing things, and to put in more self-love, self-care, more self-involved energies, and it's not coming from a place of being selfish and, the ego where, everything's about me and I'm center of attention and all this. But like for you, it has to be where your needs matter to you, where you learn to allow yourself rest without beating yourself up about something, where you allow yourself to do something for you and not feeling guilty, and it's so sad that we do this to ourselves. Why don't you deserve something when you do so much for other people, And we gaslight ourselves. It's horrible. It makes me so sad. We have the Diamond Dreamer, material wealth and true prosperity. See, and that's the thing, like, the illusion is that you are good and worthy as long as you are providing and you're working and you're making all this money and you have this fancy car and you've got this big house and you have all these labeled clothes, right? Then you're doing good and you're happy. And that's not the case. How many celebrities and stars do you know that are very unhappy in their life, and that any material wealth is not something that provides fulfillment within? It's a different type of thing. And some people may find that's what makes them feel fulfilled, but it is something that is, for me, very individual. We all have different, and we should, because we're all different, points of view of what true wealth is, and what true prosperity is, your definition of it, and seeing things from different points of view and allowing yourself to see things from your point of view. How do you see what is successful and what is true worth and value, and prosperity? And for me, I see things as like, the abundance of good friends and laughter and happy memories and good time, and the opportunity to enjoy nature and be surrounded in peaceful energies, to have slow mornings where I can get up and not have to worry about the stress of getting up and rushing off to work, as soon as the sun comes up, enjoying time with my children. Those are things of luxury to me, and being able to have a roof over my head and clothes on my back and food to provide for my family, those basic things, and appreciating those things that you have, already, and not trying to shame yourself or gaslight yourself that you're not enough if you don't have the best of the best of the best that they tell you to have, and it's being grateful for everything you already have. And the more you tune into that prosperity mindset, that gratitude mindset, you start to see the blessings that are in your life every single day. And then the more start flooding in, because you're so grateful for what you already have. And the more you tap into this frequency, the more you attract to yourself, the more you see, the more tuned in you will be, the more healed you will be. Because this is coming into that heart space, but it's also your sacral chakra, where you can be more tuned into your emotions and allowing yourself to be more in flow and connected to your needs. What are your needs versus what are the wants, And once you realize that your needs are met, then the wants are extra, It's like, woohoo, and then that's more to be grateful for. But are your basic needs being met? Are you allowing yourself to take a hot bath, or to go for, just to relax in the hammock, or something that feels really good and relaxing to you? Do you allow yourself those simple pleasures without guilting yourself or worrying, oh, well, this has got to be done, this has got to be done? You know what I mean? It's having that peace of mind is a luxury. How can this be a wonderful win-win? And this is finding that balance. Because yes, we all have to work to pay our bills, but do you take time to enjoy play? Do you take time to enjoy rest? Because there has to be a balance with all three of those aspects. Which one's lacking for you? We have see through the perfectly purple lens of your galactic destiny, and this is your third eye, seeing things from a higher point of view. What are you here to create for yourself? Why did you choose to come here? You know, why are you in the family that you're in? There's so many questions to like ask and seek answers for and to understand. To be enlightened, you gotta lighten up. That's so funny. Yeah, you know, and this is where I feel like fun is lacking for you. I feel like there's been a lot of work and not a lot of fun, and I think you need to engage in more fun activities, do things that make you feel good, that lighten you up, that make you see things from, you know, a higher perspective and not like bogged down in the day-to-day grind, you know, because unfortunately that can drain the crap out of you, and it may have you looking back over your life going, what was I doing? What was I thinking? Like, I haven't done anything to like just enjoy living and being here. I've worked myself to death being this for everyone else and never doing something for me that I really want to do, that I really enjoy doing. Like, what is something that you wanted to do as a child? You know, what are some things you enjoyed doing as a child? And engage in some of those activities again to help remind you to enjoy life, to lighten up and see things from a more childlike perspective, you know, and engage in more fun activities and not feel like you have to work so hard all the time, you know, to let go of some responsibilities, let go of that busy schedule. Not for you. Yeah, I feel like you have, you know, just, you know, those parents who have like, I don't know, they have kids and like your whole life is becomes scheduled around like all the activities. Oh, I gotta get them up, take them to work, you know, go to work or take the kids to school, come home, gotta do all the laundry, get stuff ready for dinner. Then I gotta pick them up from school, take them to soccer practice, ballet practice, you know what I mean? And you're like, your whole life is just scheduled, you know, with activities and things to do. And it's, you know, some of it may be fun, you know, to a degree, but at the same time, like, where's the time to like rest and just be, you know, I mean, be present and engage with right here, right now, in the present moment, where you can rest and allow yourself to have your needs met, you know, not doing things for everyone else, but doing something that's just for you. Do you schedule some of that in a day for yourself? Or in a week even for yourself? I feel like you need more of those. And I feel like maybe you feel like you have to let something go or give something up in order, you know, to do for others, or like your needs somehow have to be placed aside. And you know, all parents kind of do that, you know, to a degree, but I feel like sometimes it can be taken to the extreme without realizing it, you know, and a lot of parents end up losing who they really are when you have children, because everything becomes about the kids and making sure that all of their needs are met, and you know, all the games, all, you know, just everything that a child needs, their emotion needs, they have all their their wants and needs, and sometimes we can forget about ourselves, and everybody gets wrapped up in their roles that they play, as far as mother and father. You know, sometimes the father's role is to go out and provide and earn the money, and the mom's job is to be at home and to provide. And sometimes we get lost in those identities, and we lose our true self, our connection to our true self, and our own wants and our own needs kind of get pushed to the side, you know? Yeah, I just feel like you know, our needs kind of get pushed to the sidelines sometimes, you know, and I feel like it's time for you to do some things, you know, for you and to be okay with that. We have blessed, card number 22. 22 is about, you know, relationships, right relationships, even with yourself, and that peacemaker energy, healthy boundaries. It's also a connection to Archangel Raphael. If you feel a connection to him, he is here. And he's an angel that offers healing. So I feel like, you know, we do have this shamanic healer. Maybe in your childhood you felt like you know, maybe your needs weren't met and your needs didn't matter as much, and it's time for you to tune into your own needs and to you become that provider for yourself as well as for your own children. Because yes, we have to provide for our children. That's your job as a parent. But your children will benefit more of having parents who are also feeling like they're fulfilled in their life, you know, and they will look up to you and aspire to be more like you as a parent who hasn't lost themselves in an identity of just being a parent, you know. 'Cause who are you outside of being a parent? You know, what were your dreams and aspirations? And still hold on to some of those things that you enjoy doing, you know. Your creativity, your ability to create, and other than just creating children, you know, you have more talents and abilities. And I feel like there's something that you wanted to do, but it's kind of just gotten pushed to the side, because of the place that you're in at the moment. We have round and round. Yeah, I feel like maybe you gaslight yourself out of your own needs. The way that you perceive things, that you just kind of you find a way to talk yourself out of doing it, to accepting it, to allowing yourself to have it, you know. Oh, well, I can't do that because of this and this and this, you know, and you force yourself into almost like a victim role, you know, where you are not allowing yourself to, you know, to receive or to have anything that's meant, you know, to bring yourself happiness. And you have to realize that you are preventing yourself from receiving your own happiness. You know, you're blocking yourself. Yeah, I feel like you are being asked to begin something new here, to allow yourself to nurture yourself, to be more centered and letting go of the need to do. Let me see what else we have. We have protection and intuition. Not for you. Maybe there's a project that you wanted to begin, something you did want to create for yourself, and maybe like you've had a hard time getting it going, getting it up off the ground. Yeah, like there's been a couple of attempts to engage in some kind of, like, let's say at-home business or something like that, and you just have struggled to get it moving in a direction. And what Spirit is saying is that this was not in any way to like say that you're not good enough and this can't happen. You were being protected at the moment from creating this. And sometimes like we aren't able to see how things could have gone wrong or gone south. You know, maybe that particular way of doing something or that business would have made you very unhappy or made you so busy you wouldn't have time for anything else. It may have been something that, you know, took away your joy, and it wouldn't have been something that you enjoyed anymore. It would have become something that was very, you know, daunting and very, very hard and very much of a struggle. And so seeing things from a different perspective, seeing that you are being protected, you know, listen to your intuition. Maybe you weren't listening to your intuition. Maybe you're trying to force something before it was ready, before you were ready. And maybe there were some things that you needed to learn along the way before you could begin this endeavor, to begin this project. And I've had that happen to me. I can truly understand this. There's part of my business that I wanted to create for myself is I was teaching, me and my mother actually were teaching courses and classes on your chakras and bringing them into balance. We were also offering healing retreats, and it seemed like, you know, we've done about 3 different retreats, but it seemed like people would tell us that they wanted to go to the retreat as soon as we had one, and every time we would offer it up, we wouldn't get enough people to lock in the space. You know, it's like, seems like everybody, when the opportunity presented itself, they couldn't go, you know, and it seemed like we kept getting roadblocked over and over again. So we had to like course correct and be like, okay, well, it's not time yet. It's still something we wanted to do and want to offer, but right here and right now isn't the time. And because it just didn't take off in the way we expected it to. We got some, but not as much as we wanted. So we had to course correct and just see that as being protected here, okay? Not as you're not good enough and there's something wrong or this isn't the right thing. It's just not right, the right time. Let things come into alignment, okay? And we have study. Let my mind be clear and strong. Let me study well and long. And I feel like this is why, like, sometimes things happen because we need more resources, we need more tools, we need more research into that aspect of whatever it is that we were trying to create. Cleansing attunement. Maybe, you know, this prosperity that you want to come into your life, there's some kind of blockage that's preventing this opportunity. A feeling of unworthiness, not good enough, you know, and sometimes we don't even realize we have a blockage there until we do some of that healing shadow work. And I didn't realize I had one either. You know, I was doing my manifestations, I was doing my mantras, I was doing my healing work until I found the root of feeling unworthy, you know, and it related all the way back to my childhood and all these different circumstances. And it was a pattern where I saw where I was looking for approval from family members and I wasn't getting it, and it made me feel like I wasn't good enough in some way, or, you know, feeling like I was being criticized and that their energy was very hypercritical, and so it made me kind of hide myself a little bit and not feel safe around these individuals, and not realizing that that became a pattern, and I had to go within and heal that blockage, heal that source of unworthiness and not loving myself, and not needing anybody else's approval outside of myself, and found that healing within and learned to give that approval to me, and that's what created the shift in my energy. And so this is also a number 9 here, and this is about, you know, that completion and closing chapters, but also finding fulfillment, having completed something. Ooh, and we have 37, fertility. Let all take root, seed, and sprout. Let new life be all about. So you're being told that now is the time. There's fertile ground. The more you can let go and tune into your divine energy. And you have 36 twice here. I just saw that. Maybe look up that number 36. If somebody knows this, you can comment in the comment section. 3636, look that number up. This is a message for you. But it's time for you to begin again, to start something new, whether it's picking up this old project or starting something new from a different angle and a different perspective. Because there's a new beginning, a new way of seeing and perceiving and loving yourself even. Ooh, we have magical powers. I weave and clear, I cast and know, magic secrets to me now show. And this is a 24. We have another 24 here. So we have 6 and 6, 66. That is service as a joy, in which one pours from an overflowing cup. Oh, this is you. And look, it's the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's you transforming this belief system, this feeling of not feeling good enough. This is that new beginning, that new journey for yourself, letting the past go and stepping into this new beginning, feeling blessed, feeling loved, feeling guided, feeling connected, feeling worthy of what's meant for you. Yeah, I feel like there's been something that has just been a pattern that has been recycling in your mind for a while, and it's some type of rejection, and now you're learning to heal from that, move forward from that. Let's see what your crystal is. We have chrysocolla malachite, calming order and mother nature. Ooh, beautiful. I love that we have the wolf here, and wolves, and the beautiful dragonflies. I'm going to read for you guys from this one. But the dragonflies represent that transformation, and the wolf, you know, sometimes they move in a pack, but sometimes they are individual. Sometimes they go out because they have to go on a mission and they have to learn and discover new things. And sometimes they go looking for a pack of their own, one that they can relate to. Alright, chrysocolla. Okay. The confidence builder. I love that. I'm chrysocolla malachite, a poetic blend of chrysocolla and malachite, and I am the guardian of your heart. I am also part of a stone known as Elat stone, named after the city where it was once mined. My superpowers come from the hypnotic mixture of gorgeous deep turquoise colors, circles floating in a background of deep green. These energetic swirls help calm your anxieties and lessen your fears. In this image, I am being held up by the life force of guardians connected with the sun and moon. You have chosen this card because you are weary and you want to quicken your spiritual evolution on this planet. I can help you. I strongly connect with Mother Nature because I am birthed from her soul. Hold me when you meditate to experience a closer relationship to her. I help make blissful order out of chaos by removing disempowering thoughts from your energetic field, but you must work with me. It is time to develop confidence in your decision-making abilities by trusting your gut feelings, known as your intuition, and doing this, you will allow your psychic abilities and your dreams to awaken. I'm going to read about the animals here on your card. Joining our journey is the sun, the full moon, a white wolf, 2 bowls, 2 dragonflies, a fly, and a red rose. The sun representing your identity, the full moon is the mystery. They beckon you to leave the past behind and traverse any walls that you have put up. These could be from past upsets that you have kept inside, and brick by brick built a solid barrier to hide them. Take the walls down and be free. The white wolf helps you to be brave and stay on course during the process. Although the wolf mates for life and is extremely loyal, it is on a solitary path to discover its soul plan. It must learn to balance its desire to be free with its responsibility to others. Like the wolf, you must dance to your own tune while functioning on your journey here, limiting exposure to negative beliefs and judgments as best you can. The dragonflies want you to transform your life story by stepping out of your comfort zone. This allows you to see a new ending. The fly and voles teach you that although they still look small and vulnerable, they know that they are intelligent and invincible. And so are you. Their motto is illustrated by Martin Luther King's words, "If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way." The voles also teach you to be sensitive and alert to your surroundings. Listen to what is happening around you because the mysterious moon could be hiding something. They are nudging you out of your complacency and want you to tap into your creativity. Like the voles, keep busy doing what you love. The fly says to speed things up, but wants you to be gutsy and look for innovation in unusual places. The sun is always willing to create and take a chance, but it says to be successful, you must be persistent. Always remember that you shine as brightly as the greatest stars in the galaxy. The loving red rose says every choice you make matters. Make sure it comes from the heart. Let me, Chrysocolla Malachite, give you the self-confidence you need to accomplish what you came here to do. Whatever you are, remember you are sharing the same home planet and the same oxygen with every great person who has lived, living, and will live. Oh, is living and will live. It's not fate that brought you to this point. It is destiny. Ooh, I love it. Affirmations for yourself that you might want to work with. Pile number 3. I believe I have what it takes. Fear is only an illusion, and the only power it has is what I give it. My heart is open, and any walls I have constructed in the past come tumbling down. Beautiful, beautiful affirmations. And I love how they just relate to the reading that was just given to you. So I'm going to send you out with some mindful messages, pile number 3, to close your reading. If this reading resonated with you, please leave me, let's say, a yellow heart to help guide you and invoke that creativity. We have personal journey. I follow what feels right to me without needing validation from others. We are each our own journey, and mine does not need to look like anyone else's. My enjoyment and satisfaction is validation enough. Ooh, thank you, thank you. Bingo. Okay. We have release today, or release limiting beliefs, harmful thoughts, toxic patterns, and anything out of alignment. I am ready for transformation and welcome this shift. I am creating space for a new chapter filled with love, abundance, and amazing opportunities. Yes, you are. We have projecting. Rather than reacting and projecting my emotions on the others, I remember no one is to blame. No one is responsible for the emotions that I feel. When someone says or does something that brings up a strong emotion within me, I have a choice in how I respond. And that's the thing. Don't let anybody take your power away or try to invoke a response out of you, because that's them trying to manipulate you and your energy and act as if they have power over you to make you feel a certain kind of way. And you can decide, I'm not engaging in that. I know what you're trying to do. You want me to feel this way. And guess what? I ain't engaging with you. I'm ignoring you. I'm brushing that off. That has nothing to do with me. That's all about you and your insecurities. So you can have that energy. I'm not picking it up. That can stay over there, you know. We have get focused. I think some of these came out in another reading. So some of you may be reading, watching all of these readings. And if so, send in lots of love. To attract what I want, first I get clear on what it is that I desire. I envision it for a minute or more every day, feeling how it would feel to have this in my life, what I would do, how I would react, and who I'd tell. I picture it all. Through my continual alignment with my desires, they begin to flow into my physical reality in divine timing. You guys, you have to focus and feel as if you have already achieved your desires, because you're trying to align this physical version of yourself to the timeline that already has it. Because there's a version of you that's already living this dream that you have. They're already there. They're already living their best life. You just have to engage in that energy and act as if you already have it, and saying those positive affirmations and making sure you're removing any blockage within your mind and your heart and your emotional body that's preventing you from seeing yourself in that way, for feeling that you can achieve it and that you can have it and that you deserve it and that you're worthy enough to have it and that you're good enough to have it, okay? I am successful. I am blessed. I am lovable. I approve of my own needs. I approve of myself. You know, you don't need anything from anybody else. You know, we truly don't. We enjoy having companionship, but when you learn to love yourself for who you really are and pour into your own cup, this is where anything else that comes into your life is all extra. You know, I love myself. I validate myself. I listen to my emotions. I listen to my, I counsel, was it counsel? I console my fears, and I understand where my fears come from, but I don't let my fears control me. You know, I understand when I was a child, I felt this way, and that's why I feel this way now, because as a child, I felt this, and I'm allowing my child that was their perspective and that was their truth, and I allow them to have their feelings, but I nurture them and I show them the truth. I'm an adult now, and nobody can do that to me unless I allow them to do that to me. I have the power and I have the control now. So I am here for you, and I love you, and I approve of you. And it's where you have to reparent yourself and love yourself and validate yourself, okay? Know that you are worthy and deserving, and that you can achieve your goals and your dreams. That's how we manifest. All right, pile number 3, sending you all of my love. I'd love to have you back here in future readings. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day.